Okay, let's unpack this feeling that settles in as we think about Braga. It's this undercurrent of unease, right?
Definitely. Something off about it from the start.
Yeah, and our listener asked us to dive into chapters 6 through 10 of the Lore of Bravado GPT v3.pdf. And these chapters, believe me, are where the story of Muriel and her companions truly starts to, well, twist and turn in some really unexpected ways.
It's fascinating how these chapters mark a real turning point. I mean, we're no longer solely focused on the immediate aftermath of Akasha.
Exactly.
Instead, we see the narrative expand, delving into the specific mysteries of Braga, while simultaneously giving us crucial insights into the nature of the threats our heroes face and the
Yeah,
powers they're beginning to understand.
exactly. We've been following Muriel since her escape, watching her grapple with the key of Enoch and, like, the very essence of bravado in this new reality.
Right. It's a steep learning curve for her.
Totally. She's found allies in Azra and Heme, faced the enigmatic Legion, and now they're drawn to the city Braga, which seems to be under a very strange thumb.
So our mission in this deep dive is to really dig into what's happening in Braga, to try and understand the significance of Yaldabaoth as mentioned by Marcus,
Oh, yeah, it's a big one.
to explore Marcus's own role in all of this, and to trace how Muriel and her allies are evolving, how their abilities are growing. This, as we'll see, sheds vital light on the bigger picture of the conflict that's building.
This part of the story really underscores the increasing complexity of Muriel's situation. It's moved beyond, simple survival. Now it's about deciphering this intricate web of powers and motivations at play in this world.
So, Chapter 6, The Pride of Disraeli, it opens with Port Murcha starting to rebuild after the encounter with Legion.
A bit of breathing room, maybe?
Sort of.
Mm.
Muriel's reflecting on how echoes of her past in Akasha seem to be surfacing in the dangers she faces, now a heavy weight to carry for sure.
Yeah, that past isn't going away.
But then, out of the blue, Nikola Tesla arrives in an honest-to-goodness airship. What was your first thought on that entrance? Well, it immediately signaled the introduction of a fundamentally different approach to bravado, a whole new angle.
Technomancy.
Exactly. Nikola, niece of Mona Lisa, a brilliant mind from Disraeli, showcases technomancy. Think of it as like the application of scientific principles to manipulate bravado. It's a huge departure from the more traditional forms like arcana, which is more akin to classic magic.
Yeah, like Soraya uses.
Or Kung Chi, the martial discipline we've seen Heime utilize. This arrival just broadens the very definition of what's possible with bravado.
Absolutely. The Pride of Disraeli, the title, really fits her inventive spirit. But before we can even fully process the flying machine, the team is recounting their encounter with Legion to Soraya.
Right, and the surprising thing.
And it turns out, even with her deep knowledge of this world, she's never encountered the name. This figure with those unsettling abilities and the names inscribed on his skin, he's a real question mark.
What do you make of his sudden appearance? Wujin introduces a crucial element of, well, unpredictability. He doesn't seem to fit neatly into any established faction we've seen so far. His unique abilities and those names, they suggest a potentially different origin or maybe a highly specialized application of corrupted bravado.
Yeah.
It really raises questions about Abaddon's methods and the extent of his influence.
And in their search for answers about Legion, Soraya decides that their best bet is to travel to her hometown of Balsam to consult Osvaldo Gustav, an arcane historian.
Makes sense. Go to the expert.
So a new journey begins, but the chapter also pulls back the curtain on Abaddon in his lair, and it's a disturbing scene. He's interacting with Legion and a character named Demetrius.
Demetrius.
And then Abaddon forces this Reliquor into Demetrius's eye. What can you tell us about the significance of that act?
Oof. Yeah, this moment is deeply significant. The Reliquor appears to be an artifact or maybe a conduit of corrupted bravado, and Abaddon forcing it into Demetrius showcases his brutal methods of control and transformation.
Just pure dominance.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Demetrius's agonizing reaction and his cryptic words, Ocella, hint at a profound and likely painful augmentation of his power. And Abaddon's clear focus on acquiring the key of Enoch in this scene also underscores its immense power and its central role in his plans.
Truly unsettling. Then we move into Chapter 7, The Return of Abaddon, and this is a packed one. It starts with some much-needed training and team bonding.
Which they definitely need after everything.
Sure, sure. We see Asra, Heimei, and Muriel working on their skills, with Soraya offering her guidance. It's interesting to see how their individual strengths are starting to complement each other.
Yeah, this section highlights the team's proactive approach to the escalating threats they face. I mean, their commitment to honing their individual skills and learning to fight as a unit is crucial for their survival.
Definitely.
It also subtly sets the stage for Nicola's unique, kind of non-traditional contributions to their efforts.
Speaking of Nicola, she's not content to just observe, is she?
Not at all.
She's determined to become stronger, even if she doesn't wield bravado in the conventional sense. And this leads to her secret training, which involves intensely studying Muriel's bracelet.
Right, sneaking into Muriel's room.
Sneaking into someone's room to study their magical artifacts, that's dedication. What do you think motivated this intense focus?
Well, it speaks volumes about her scientific curiosity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And her belief in understanding the underlying principles of seemingly magical phenomena.
True. She wants to know how it works.
Exactly. Nicola likely sees Muriel's bracelet as a key to deciphering how bravado functions, even if she can't directly replicate its effects through traditional means. This sets the foundation for her later, pretty groundbreaking contributions to the team.
And it pays off in a big way. Nicola unveils her invention, Explicate Order, and demonstrates its ability to manipulate bravado, even creating a working slingshot.
A bravado slingshot. It's brilliant.
The group is understandably stunned, and Muriel's realization that Nicola has been studying her bracelet is quite a moment. What's the key takeaway from this demonstration?
This is a real aha moment that reframes our understanding of bravado. Nicola's success demonstrates that bravado isn't purely mystical. It can be analyzed, understood, and even manipulated through scientific ingenuity.
Which makes her invaluable.
Absolutely. This positions her as an invaluable asset, not just for direct combat, but for her unique intellectual contributions to their fight.
We even get a friendly sparring match between Muriel and Nicola, a great example of how magic and technology can interact. Kind of a fun little scene.
Yeah, it shows their dynamic developing.
Yeah.
But the lighthearted moment is cut short when the team discovers a new ruin, based on a tip from a rather helpful bartender of all sources.
Huh. You never know where intel comes from. How does this sudden shift in focus impact the narrative?
Well, this transition just underscores the constant state of danger and the urgency of their mission, right? Even in moments of respite, the search for knowledge and potential advantages against Abaddon continues, inevitably drawing them back into conflict.
And who should they find in this ruin but Demetrius, now with a very ominous fiery eye?
The Reliquor Eye.
And delivering cryptic warnings about Abaddon's intense interest in Muriel and the key. Then, predictably, things get violent. Demetrius transforms into this Mammon Diablo form, and a major fight erupts. What stood out to you during this initial confrontation?
This encounter really highlights the tangible threat that Abaddon poses through his corruptive followers. Demetrius's transformation, fueled by infernal heraldry, which, to put it simply, is like a dark form of bonding with powerful entities using corrupted bravado.
Scary stuff.
Yeah, it showcases the terrifying potential of this power in the wrong hands.
It's a brutal fight, but Nicola's quick thinking with a cryogenic bomb is a brilliant tactical move.
She really comes through there, using tech against this raw power.
But just when they might have gained an advantage, Abaddon himself arrives, displaying an overwhelming level of power. He taunts them mercilessly until Muriel has to summon raw fuel for protection.
A desperate move, but necessary.
Even with that, Abaddon simply retreats with Demetrius, leaving the team injured but alive. What does Abaddon's arrival and subsequent retreat signify?
Well, Abaddon's appearance serves as a stark reminder of the vast power difference between him and the team, emphasizing the immense challenge they face.
Yeah, he's leagues ahead.
Definitely. His retreat, despite his obvious superiority, suggests maybe a strategic motive. Perhaps he achieved what he needed by testing their strength or reinforcing his psychological dominance, or perhaps he simply had other priorities at that moment. Hard to say for sure.
In the aftermath, we see the team, more determined than ever, setting their sights on Balsam. Soraya's protective instincts really come to the forefront.
Yeah, she steps up.
And we also get a glimpse into Heimei's internal conflict about returning to a place tied to his past. What do these individual reactions tell us about their characters?
Soraya's protectiveness underscores her deep care for her companions and her sense of responsibility, particularly towards Muriel. Heimei's quiet turmoil hints at unresolved issues and potential emotional vulnerabilities linked to his history. adding layers to his typically stoic demeanor. Their personal histories are clearly beginning to intersect with their current mission.
We get these quieter moments around the bonfire where Soraya reflects on Balsam and Heime visits a newly built shrine for his master, revealing that his dedication is deeply rooted in honoring his master's sacrifice. These moments really humanize them, don't they?
Absolutely. These glimpses into their personal reflections provide crucial context for their actions and motivations.
Mhm.
Heime's pilgrimage to the shrine, in particular, reveals the emotional core of his seemingly relentless pursuit of strength. It's tied to a profound sense of duty and remembrance.
Then Ball returns, leading to a discussion about Demetrius's powers and introducing this unsettling concept of unbalanced heraldry.
Oh, yeah.
The idea that the heralds themselves could potentially take over their summoners, that's a pretty concerning piece of lore.
Indeed. This adds a significant element of risk and unpredictability to the use of heraldry. It suggests that the power gained through these bonds comes with inherent dangers and the constant need for control and balance, not just a simple power-up.
Right, there's a cost, potentially a huge one. But amidst all the danger and heavy revelations, we also see a growing sense of camaraderie within the group.
Which is so important.
Totally. Soraya, Nicola, Azra, and Heime all offer Muriel support, highlighting the strong bonds they've formed. How important is this unity in the face of such overwhelming threats?
Their unity is arguably their greatest strength. Faced with a powerful adversary like Abaddon, their ability to rely on each other for support, both emotional and tactical, is essential for their survival and their ability to persevere.
Meanwhile, we cut back to Abaddon's lair, where he's not only healing Demetrius, but also creating a corrupted golem, tasking it with finding a Sephiroth.
He's always plotting.
He's clearly continuing to actively pursue his objectives. What does this tell us about his strategy?
This demonstrates Abaddon's relentless and multifaceted approach. He's not solely focused on direct confrontation. He's also employing other means like the golem to achieve his goals, indicating a calculated and strategic mind at work.
And the chapter concludes with Muriel experiencing a vivid nightmare about Lilith and the fall of Akasha,
Oof, that trauma again.
underscoring the trauma she still carries and the enduring importance of Lilith's memory. How does this recurring trauma impact Muriel's journey?
This nightmare serves as a potent reminder of the personal stakes for Muriel. Lilith's memory acts as both a source of pain and, I think, a powerful motivator, fueling her determination to prevent similar tragedies and fight against the forces that cause them.
Right. Chapter 8, The Echoes of Akasha, begins with the team traveling westward towards Gurum after, importantly, having gained Gabriel's power in Balsam, a significant development that happened off-page between chapters.
Yeah, a key power-up we didn't see directly, but it's clearly important.
We see the landscape changing, reflecting the increasing signs of Abaddon's influence. What's the significance of this environmental shift?
The changing landscape serves as a visual representation of Abaddon's growing reach and the tangible impact of his corrupted power on the world around them. It heightens the sense of urgency and reinforces the stakes of their journey. It's not just happening to them, it's happening to the world.
Good point. Then Leora contacts Muriel with a warning. She reveals that while the bond between Muriel and the Sephiroth is strengthening, so is Abaddon's power.
A dangerous arms race, almost.
And he's actively trying to disrupt Muriel's connection to the Heralds through these strange anomalies. It sounds like he's targeting the very source of her strength.
Leora's warning highlights the escalating conflict on multiple levels. Abaddon isn't just a physical threat. He's also attempting to undermine Muriel's spiritual and magical connections, recognizing them as her primary source of power. Smart, in a terrifying way.
This leads Muriel to a hidden cave drawn by her pulsing key. Inside, she enters this metaphysical space called the Shroud of Ain, described as being filled with rainbow-colored mist. What do you make of this mysterious space?
The Shroud of Ain. It appears to be a unique, perhaps even subconscious space connected to the key in Muriel's growing powers. The rainbow mist suggests a connection to the diverse energies of the heralds she is now linked to, hinting at a transformative experience ahead. It's like stepping inside the key itself, maybe.
Interesting take. Within the Shroud, Muriel faces manifestations of her deepest fears. Abaddon, failure, the ghosts of Akasha.
All her baggage, basically.
But Gabriel intervenes, guiding her to understand that true resilience comes from accepting these fears, not just trying to suppress them. That's a really profound lesson.
Absolutely. This trial is a crucial step in Muriel's emotional and spiritual growth. It emphasizes that vulnerability and the acceptance of one's past traumas and anxieties are integral to developing genuine inner strength. It's about integrating those experiences rather than denying them.
And when she emerges from this trial, the Shroud of Ain has fused with her key. The greed takes on a new form, and Muriel now has this radiant, multicolored aura. It's a clear indication of a significant power surge.
A major level-up moment.
Yeah. She realizes the key is Akasha's legacy and makes a vow to protect it. What's the significance of this fusion and her vow?
The fusion of the Shroud of Ain with the key signifies a deeper integration of Muriel's experiences and her inherent power. The multicolored aura visually represents the harmonization of her connection to the various heralds. Her vow marks a pivotal moment where she fully embraces her role as the protector of this legacy. It's not just a tool anymore.
Right, it's part of her. Moving into Chapter 9, Muriel's Technicolor Dreamcoat, the stakes are immediately raised. The team arrives in Garum to find it under attack by corrupted creatures.
Ugh, more of Abaddon's rejects.
Remnants of Abaddon's twisted experiments. His influence is clearly spreading and causing widespread destruction.
The attack on Garum provides a stark illustration of the real-world consequences of Abaddon's actions. These corrupted creatures are a tangible manifestation of his destructive power and highlight the urgency of the team's mission to stop him.
But amidst the chaos, Marcus the Elder reappears.
Good old Marcus. Always showing up when needed.
He helps the team fight off the creatures and explains that Garum is blessed by Gabriel, which is why Abaddon is targeting it to sever that connection.
Ah, that makes sense. Targeting the holy sites.
He also warns Muriel about Abaddon trying to break her bonds and reinforces his faith in her. Marcus seems to be a really important anchor for Muriel.
Marcus's return offers both immediate aid and crucial lore. He provides a vital link to the history and spiritual significance of the places they encounter, and his unwavering belief in Muriel serves as an important source of encouragement for her. He's like her wise mentor figure.
And then Abaddon himself arrives in Garum, looking even more monstrous after absorbing the corrupted creatures.
Oh, great. He powered up too.
He's escalating the threat dramatically.
Abaddon's direct intervention underscores the strategic importance of Garum and his determination to directly confront Muriel and sever her connection to Gabriel. His increased monstrous form visually emphasizes his growing power and corruption.
What follows is an incredibly intense confrontation. Abaddon cruelly taunts Muriel about the fall of Akasha, even recounting Lilith's death in a particularly brutal way.
Hitting below the belt. Pure psychological warfare.
Clearly trying to break her emotionally, but Muriel stands firm, refusing to let him desecrate Lilith's memory. How does Muriel's defiance in this moment contribute to her growth?
Muriel's refusal to succumb to Abaddon's psychological warfare demonstrates her growing inner strength and resilience. Her commitment to honoring Lilith's memory fuels her resolve and prevents Abaddon from gaining a significant emotional advantage. She won't let him win that way.
It's in this moment of intense emotion that the key truly responds. Muriel channels the combined power of Malkuth, Yesod, Hod, Cheesed, and Ain.
All the Sephiroth she's gathered so far.
And the Shroud of Ain envelops her. She emerges clad in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's an incredible transformation, representing her unity with the Heralds and granting her a massive surge in power. What's the symbolic significance of this transformation?
The emergence of the Technicolor Dreamcoat is a powerful visual representation of Muriel's complete integration with the Heralds and the Sephiroth she is connected with. It symbolizes the harmonious blending of their individual powers within her, signifying a major step in her journey towards mastering her abilities. It's like peak Muriel for now.
The final clash in Garum is epic. Abaddon unleashes his full power, but Muriel counters with abilities tied to specific Sephiroth Jericho's shield, Cornucopia's gospel, healing light.
Showing she can actually use those integrated powers effectively now.
Exactly. She even merges with Bahul for a final, overwhelming attack that forces Abaddon to retreat. It's a significant victory, but clearly not the end of the conflict.
This battle showcases Muriel's strategic and increasingly confident use of her heraldic abilities. Her ability to channel their powers in a coordinated way, culminating in the merger with Bahul, demonstrates her rapid growth and her capacity to face even formidable opponents like Abaddon.
But he still gets away.
Yet his retreat, while a victory for Muriel, also confirms his resilience and the likelihood of future, even more challenging encounters. He's not done, not by a long shot.
The chapter concludes with the townspeople expressing their gratitude and Muriel making a powerful vow on the cliff overlooking the ocean. Her fight has expanded beyond avenging Akasha. It now encompasses everyone harmed by Abaddon, and she's embracing hope as a guiding principle.
A broadening of her mission.
They then set off north towards the next Sephiroth. What's the overarching message of Muriel's vow and their continued journey?
Muriel's vow signifies a broadening of her purpose and a commitment to a more universal ideal of hope and protection. Their continued journey north emphasizes the ongoing nature of their quest and the relentless pursuit of their ultimate goal to confront and defeat Abaddon. The fight goes on.
Finally, we arrive at Chapter 10, The Pride of Disraeli, which serves as an intermission, focusing on Heime's backstory.
Ah yes, a shift in pace.
After the intensity of Garum, this shift in focus provides a valuable, deeper understanding of one of our core characters. We see the team traveling after the battle, a storm passes, and Heime is, as usual, somewhat withdrawn. Why do you think these intermission chapters are important for the overall narrative?
These intermission chapters provide essential depth to these supporting characters, allowing us to understand their motivations, their past traumas, and what drives them. This makes them more than just sidekicks, you know. They become fully realized individuals whose journeys are interwoven with Muriel's.
Right. Ezra attempts to connect with Heime, and he finally opens up, sharing the harsh realities of his childhood as an orphan in the slums of Wei.
A really tough start.
We get a flashback to his brutal early life, marked by stealing and violence. He makes a vow to never run again, which really sheds light on his present determination. How does this traumatic past shape his current personality and actions?
Well, Heime's traumatic past instilled in him a deep-seated fear of weakness and a relentless drive for self-reliance. His vow to never run again explains his unwavering commitment to trying and his often stoic demeanor, because running would equate to succumbing to the vulnerabilities of his past.
Makes sense. We then see his encounter with Fan Tao Pei after being caught stealing, his unexpected acceptance into the Kung Chi school, and his initial struggles to fit in due to his background. It wasn't an easy transition for him.
No, definitely not.
What does this part of his story highlight about his character?
This part of Heime's story highlights his resilience and his determination to seize opportunities for a better life, even when facing significant obstacles. It also underscores the transformative impact of Fan Tao Pei's mentorship in providing him with a new path, a way out.
And then Soraya, as a young student herself, plays a significant role by secretly mentoring Heime, recognizing his inner strength despite his rough exterior.
A little glimpse of young Soraya.
This reveals a different, more nurturing side of Soraya. What does her early support of Heime tell us about her character?
Soraya's early mentorship of Heime reveals her insightful nature and her capacity for empathy, I think. She saw beyond his rough exterior and recognized his potential, demonstrating a caring and supportive side that complements her more outwardly assertive personality. It also hints at a long-standing bond and understanding between them.
But the flashback culminates in a tragic event, an attack on the Kung Chi school where Heime hesitates,
Oh, this part is rough.
leading to his master, Fan Tao Pei, being injured while protecting him. His master's dying words about the true meaning of strength standing up, not never falling, leave a profound impact on Heime. How does this pivotal moment shape his understanding of strength and his future actions?
This tragic event is the defining moment in Heime's life. His guilt over his hesitation and his master's sacrifice instill in him a deep sense of responsibility and a revised understanding of strength. It's no longer just about physical prowess, but about courage, resilience, and the willingness to stand up for what's right, even in the face of fear. This becomes the driving force behind his relentless pursuit of mastery. He has to honor that sacrifice.
Back in the present, Heime finishes his story to Azra, and we even see a rare smile from him after Azra's supportive words. It's a small but significant moment of connection and vulnerability.
Yeah, it really is. This moment signifies a crucial step in Heime's emotional journey. His willingness to share his past and accept Azra's support suggests a growing trust in his companions and maybe a loosening of the emotional barriers he's built around himself.
The rest of the crew joins them, and even Soraya shows her caring side with some gentle teasing, and Muriel offers her support. The chapter ends with the team's bonds clearly strengthened. It's a really important chapter for understanding Heime's motivations and the overall team dynamic.
Definitely. This chapter reinforces the theme of found family and the idea that each member's individual past contributes to the strength and resilience of the group as a whole. Understanding Heime's journey adds a crucial layer to our appreciation of their collective efforts.
So to recap this deep dive into chapters 6 through 10, We were introduced to the brilliant Nicola and the fascinating concept of technomancy.
Super cool addition.
We saw the lingering questions surrounding Legion and the ominous growth of Abaddon's power. We witnessed Muriel's incredible journey of growth and her deeper connection to the key through the Shroud of Ain.
Big power-ups for her.
The intense confrontation in Garum and the debut of the powerful Technicolor Dreamcoat, the continued significance of Marcus the Elder, and the poignant backstory of Heime that provides so much context for his character.
What's particularly insightful here is how these chapters intricately weave together the development of individual characters with the progression of the overarching plot. We're not just seeing events unfold, we're gaining a deeper understanding of the motivations and inner lives of Muriel and her companions, alongside the escalating threat posed by Abaddon.
It all ties together.
Exactly. Nicola's innovative application of scientific principles to Bravado, the perilous implications of unbalanced infernal heraldry, the transformative power of confronting fear within the Shroud of Ain, the unified strength represented by the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and the formative trauma that shaped Heime's resolve. These are all key takeaways that significantly enrich our understanding of this world.
And for you, our listener, who values getting knowledge quickly but thoroughly without feeling overwhelmed, we hope this deep dive has provided you with a clear and engaging understanding of these pivotal chapters in Muriel's unfolding saga.
Yeah, this section of the narrative is crucial in setting the stage for the challenges to come. The introduction of new forms of power, the exploration of deeper lore, and the intensifying conflict with Abaddon all point towards even greater trials and revelations ahead. Things are definitely heating up.
Which leads us to what's next. We know the quest for the remaining Sephiroth continues, and the confrontation with Abaddon is far from over. So, here's a final thought for you to consider. How do the burdens of our past and the fears we carry truly shape the power we wield and the purpose we pursue in the present?
Ooh, good question.
And is it only through acknowledging and integrating all aspects of ourselves, even the painful ones, that we can truly find our strength?
That's a powerful question that resonates deeply with the journeys we've explored in these chapters, particularly the transformative experiences of both Muriel and Heime. It suggests that our vulnerabilities can indeed be the wellspring of our greatest resilience.
Something to chew on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We look forward to exploring the next part of the story with you next time.